Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today we have another Shiryu summon and showcase for the anime Gacha unit of the week. And this week we have a Daphne. Now, we don't actually know that much about this Daphne. Actually, we don't know anything about this Daphne. We do have a small prediction that she is probably of the earth element and that she's an adventurer because her aura in the data mines indicates that she is an earth unit and not an assist either. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this Daphne will be placed. It's going to be very interesting in general because in all honesty, I always say when it comes to anime Gacha units, focused on trying to get the assists primarily because they're much higher value, and then also you can save your iris. They're also non-time limited units, right? So you will inevitably pull them from, you know, the free gachas or the 2x rate gacha banners that we get. And obviously every gacha banner has all the 4 stars in the banner, so you know it's better to basically just pull for assists primarily because they're much better value, right? But it's going to be interesting to see how this Daphne will fare when it comes to war games, Record Buster, or even PvE, because like I said, we don't know anything about this unit, so we don't know how she's going to fare in any type of content. Now, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers and nearly 70% of you guys are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and it would be amazing for us to hit 1,000 subscribers before March hits and the US anniversary comes around. Now, also leave a comment down below. How did the free gacha fare for you? Did you manage to pull Daphne? So far, my luck hasn't been that good. You know, the last 2 anime gacha banners we've had, the Cassandra and obviously Galeriot did not disturb, name a better pair. Obviously Cassandra and Belle and Ryu, I didn't get any of them through the free gacha banner, so hopefully this time around we can potentially get her. So yeah, let's go and check out what this Daphne does. Of course, as you guys can see, one time only, free 11 draw. Let's see what she does. Now, yes, okay, so we were right. She is an adventure. She's most likely an earth unit as well. Physical attack type unit, okay? So let's look at the stats. Okay, wow, that's a good amount of agility. 1272 agility is not bad at all. And the strength stat as well is pretty decent. Even dexterity being over 1,000 is pretty solid, I would say. Okay, let's have a look at the special art. So flashing onslaught. So AoE. Foe's Ultra Earth physical attack damage plus 80% per each self agility buff, and Ultra on God rate and self plus 4 actions of high Earth physical attack damage plus 40% per each self agility buff, and Ultra on God rate and STR agility and dexterity minus 40% for 4 turns on foes. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. I have a feeling she's going to be able to give herself agility and she's going to be able to debuff the opponent's agility just based on the special arts alone, because usually when it comes to special arts in recent units, a lot of the kit in their special arts is, you know, spread out across the other skills. So I expect her skill 1, skill 2, and skill 3 to have some form of these 3 things basically. So I expect the per each self agility buff skill to be part of the single target skill. I expect there to be an agility buff skill for herself on one of the combat skills, and then the STR agility dexterity reduction potentially on skill 2 potentially. So this is very interesting. I really like this skill. It's very, very interesting. Okay, Never Ending Blade, skill 1. AoE high earth physical attack with ultra and counter rate, and self removes status debuffs and 3 additional actions of mid earth physical attack foes damage plus 40% per each self agility buff skill, and ultra on God rate and STR agility and dexterity minus 40% for 4 turns on foes. So that's where the STR agility dexterity reduction comes into play. That's a very interesting skill, and in all honesty, that can be pretty darn good as long as she's getting agility for herself on the second skill. Now, I'm already noticing by the bottom of your screens, the second skill is not an attacking skill. It's simply a pure buff, which means she will go first no matter what. So let's see what it is. High speed maneuvers, fast to all allies, fast STR agility dexterity 40%, and earth attack damage plus 60% for 4 turns, and STR agility and dex debuffs minus 3 turns. Okay, I kind of like this unit in all honesty. I really do. So you want to start off with Never Ending Blade and then move into high speed maneuvers basically. I really like this unit. Now, The only thing I would say is I wish this ability, high speed maneuvers, was a little bit higher in terms of the buffs it gave. If it was 50% or 60%, I think this would have been insane. But even then, you're reducing the opponent's agility by 40%, and then you're increasing your allies' STR agility and dexterity by 40% as well, which is really solid. And you're obviously increasing allies' earth attack damage. I think, you know what? Low key, this is a really nice option for even the Earth Magic team. If you were to use a unit like, say, the Earth Eyes, Supply Princess Eyes, Mikoto, and a couple of units like that, you could kind of use them alongside each other because you're reducing the opponent's agility, you're increasing your team's agility as well, which gives the magic units a faster operation as well, especially when your opponents are debuffed to all hell and back. And then, of course, you're able to remove the debuffs of your STR, agility, and dexterity, which is also decent. I don't know, this is a very interesting unit. It's a very, very interesting unit. I don't know how I would rank her, to be honest. Because on paper it seems like she's a fantastic option because of what she can do in terms of her buffs and everything, but I'm not sure exactly how I would place her, in all honesty. I think I know where I want to use her. We're obviously going to be showcasing her in just a moment in War Games. I assume they've got a trial version of her set up so that we can use it, but I'm hoping that we can trial it out and see where she would fit. Her third skill, well, as expected, is a single target high earth physical attack damage plus 80% per each self agility buff skill, and ultra on god rate, and allies 10% MP heal. Really nice to have. I mean, the 10% MP heal is always super handy, especially for newer players and players who are struggling with MP, right? Because one thing of note that I've realized recently as well, right, when I've been using my Record Buster team and everything, is that MP can be a struggle, man. Unless you've maxed out their CP and you have like an MP regen unit via Ali or something like that, it's a struggle, man. It is very much a struggle, especially if you have a unit like, say, Fiona or something, where they just consume MP again and again and again. So having a unit like this for MP healing is always nice. So definitely really cool. You can use her alongside maybe like Lazar or something, especially because you're, you know, supporting the team and stuff like that. I think it's a good option as well in terms of that. In terms of passives, I mean, ooh, okay, that's probably why we have so much agility here. All right. It would have been nice if it was 50% across the board and not just SCR, dexterity, and this. Okay, Thunder Rest 45%, regular P attack with Earth Element, damage plus 20% upon critical and penetration, and Ailment Rest 35%. Not bad. I mean, it's the usual stuff. So, in my opinion, would I say should you summon on this unit? I don't know, because of course, if I had to choose between all three, you know, anime gacha units, you have those two, and well, Bell and Ryu is gone now, so we can't even summon for him anymore. But if I had to choose between all three units, I would say Bell and Ryu is still top for me personally, because of how much I've seen that unit be so really super useful for the team, you know, being a person who can remove agility debuffs and stuff like that. Overall, he's such a great option, right? But then you have this unit, which is also pretty darn decent in terms of removing agility and stuff like that. I don't know. I think this is a unit I would say probably to wait and watch, because we don't know what the buffs are going to be like, and for the Astrea record, and we don't know what's going to be coming up, so it's better to, you know, keep your iris safe and sound before you jump straight in, and obviously see what you get from your multis. Of course, if you want to do like one multi to see if you can get well, you're going to be getting the free multi, but if you want to do one more multi, if you don't get anything from the free gacha, and you might get like 3 Daphnes, I mean, it's kind of worth to go at least till step 4 and then maybe use Prism Bonds to get her to +5 and use her. She wouldn't be a bad option there. But again, we'll kind of get a better judgment once we go into War Games and actually see her once we trial her out. Alright, so let's do the free multi and see what we get first and foremost. Fingers crossed this week at least I can get a copy of the new unit. Thank God, Rainbow Door. Okay, good start. The problem is there's like 50,000 4 stars right now in this banner, so I don't know if we'll actually get her. Also, lag. Come on, don't go at 2 frames per second, please, game. Lily. Okay, so our 4 star is here. Who's it gonna be? I can't hear anything, so I have no idea. I assume this is. Hey, let's go. We got the new Daphne. Let's go. Dub, absolute dub. So let's go. We got the new Daphne already, which is brilliant. It's a good start. I mean, the thing is, if you can get the new unit in the free multi, and maybe you get an extra copy or something like that along the way, that's an easy +5. I always say this, you know, The anime gachas give you such an easy route to getting a +5 super easily. Whenever it's an assist gacha or the adventure gacha, both ways it's just free real estate in terms of that, for sure. So I mean, at least we got Daphne. That's a brilliant pull. Now again, like I said, I'm not too sure about where I would place her in terms of whether or not you would want to summon for her or not. Okay, let's look into probably getting some runs against some of these players. Now, I'm not gonna go up against Neon because I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if there's anybody in the top 50 that we can just randomly fight that is no, that's definitely not Lake. Lake will absolutely trash me. Let's go up against you. Why not? Now I'm gonna remove Melia, and I'm gonna bring in Daphne. Now Daphne of course is running Line, which is not a bad option, but it's not a unit I would run personally. I would probably run somebody else, but it's fine for now. We can run this Daphne and see what we can do. So I'm gonna start off with the attack all setting and see what she does. Now attack all setting makes me assume that she will use her first skill only, but I'm curious to see how she would fare, because I think she can easily play the role of Melia, basically, where she can effectively buff the team up and then debuff the opponents immediately, right? So obviously, clearly she didn't do it there. Otherwise she would have attacked. Yeah, she would have attacked if that was the case. So we have to probably set her on buff or something. I want to try and set her on buff, because that's where we will probably see more usage out of her. Okay, so again, just a matter of testing the settings. Attack all isn't the way to go, clearly. Attack all is obviously mainly just so that you can continuously attack, but I do believe using her second skill is priority. Thank you, Cord. Please come back to me. Please come back to me. There we go. Who was it that we faced? I think it was this Bell dude. Let me try it again. I mean, we beat him anyways, but that was because of the backline. So let's try this again. So remove you, and I want to bring Daphne in, and let's start off with balance. I think if we set it off with balance, we'll see maybe a better usage case, probably. So let's start off with balance, and then we can switch to buff or debuff accordingly. So okay, so that sets off high-speed maneuvers, which is not what we want. We don't want high-speed maneuvers immediately, even though it's really handy. I think making sure that we can get the first attack off is priority, even though obviously it allows the rest of the team to go fast anyways. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's not really the most efficient way of going about it, clearly, and I think we might even lose this fight, to be honest. Yeah, we're gonna lose this fight. That's not a problem though. Gives us a better idea of like our position with Daphne and how using that ability does. But so far I'm not that impressed with Daphne. On paper it seems feasible, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about Daphne. But again, this is where testing comes into play. This is why we test. This is why we're using her. I also believe, of course, not having Ryulu on the team is obviously hurting the team up a little bit, you know. Let me see if we can do this. Maybe let me bring in Ryulu and try this out. I want to see what happens if we can change some things around, because I think obviously not having a team that's perfectly built with the right assists and stuff, because Lina is not a frontline assist. I'll be very real and say that. Daphne is not a frontline, is a frontline unit, but she has a backline assist, which doesn't really work in all honesty. Okay, so debuff sets that off. We obviously can't do anything there, but we dealt damage and we went ahead, which is good. I want to try this again with another opponent if possible and see what happens, because again, like I said, it's a good opportunity for us to test out this team with various opponents, you know. Let's try Max Dread maybe, and see what happens. He's obviously gotten the new Bell and Ryu on the team, of course, a unit that's capable of being really annoying for the team, right? But let's see. So the setup is as it is, so we'll just go in and see what we can do here. Now, like I said, I'm very curious to see how Daphne is going to be for a lot of players, for sure. I'm very curious to see this, to be honest, but I think it's gonna be good, man. I think she can be good. It's just a question of making sure she's a great option. Now, of course, Daphne is not going to be able to deal damage here, but the thing is, arguably, that's also a good thing as well, because what Daphne can do is basically inflict the opponent with the status debuffs but also remove a potential nullification, which is good. And then of course Bell and Finn in this team, for example, can deal the rest of the damage, and they're obviously some of the main damage dealers anyways, right? All right. I mean, I'm for Daphne for sure. She seems like a very valuable option. I'm just trying out some different opponents right now just to see what we're dealing with. Again, I'm not a big fan of facing off against some of these opponents with the assist lineup I have and stuff, but it's a good option to just check out anyways. Of course, this is a form of a turn 2 rush team, right? So this is a perfect opportunity for us to see exactly how Daphne would fare against countering a team like this potentially, right? Obviously very much so a menace to society. You know, units like Eyes, for example, very much a menace to society. Obviously really annoying because yeah, for example, there we couldn't move at all because Eyes just caught us off guard. If we managed to get Eyes off first, and I think again this is where I'm not too sure about Daphne, because of course you know, Eyes is this I lost Eyes in Wonderland. Eyes is probably a better option than say Daphne, in all honesty, because that's the role Daphne is playing basically, is comparable to that Eyes. It's just that Daphne will also buff your agility up in the second turn and debuff the opponent's agility. So but the thing is, if you go up against that Eyes, you're probably going to lose out tremendously. So it's a very interesting setup. I'm of course interested to see what others are going to be doing. Probably in a couple of days I might come back and maybe make a video covering all 3 anime gacha units and, you know, talking about them in general and seeing where they all place in terms of how viable they are and how good their options or the options are. But right now I would say you could probably skip this Daphne. While on paper it seems good, again, if there is an assist gacha coming out next week, or say you've invested in Belle and Ryu or Cassandra, you're not really going to go for this Daphne, in all honesty. Now, again, like I said, I'm curious to see what is going to be coming up for you know, the anime gacha units, and also what options are available and how this Daphne will fit into the meta. It's going to be very interesting to say the least, but I don't think this Daphne is that great, in all honesty, at this point in time. I don't think she's a great option for players to just go out of their way and summon, in all honesty. So I would say it's a banner you can skip for now. Obviously, maybe in the near future you can come back and decide whether or not you want to summon. This banner is up for nearly 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot coming out in the next couple of weeks. Of course, next week we have a live stream as well, so there's going to be a lot of announcements. But yeah, like I said, with potential for assists coming around and stuff like that, I think this Daphne is not really worth going for because of that reason. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning into this video once again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.